So I'm out of college, 1980, trying to figure out what to do with my life. And I see a broadcast on TV of 60 Minutes. And they do the 20-minute expose on different things. And this particular time, there's a toxic waste site called Canal. And it was outside of Buffalo, New York. They'd built a city of 9,000 people on top of it because the toxic waste site was built in like the 1958 at night. They would dump stuff there and no one really knew about it. So the Superfund laws and the environmental laws had just popped up over 1979, 1980, and no one really knew much about them. And this was the first Superfund site of any consequence in the United States. And they literally moved 9,000 people away from the city because babies were being born with deformities. People were dying at an alarming rate from cancer and sicknesses. So as 60 Minutes was doing this broadcast, they were showing pictures of them taking leaking steel drums out of the ground that were filled with toxic waste. And these were, obviously it was a mess as they pulled them out of the ground. And I looked over at my fiance at the time and I said, that's a stupid idea. They were putting them into larger steel drums that are known as salvage drums. And I said, they're going to have to put those into bigger drums and those into bigger drums. It'll be like Russian dolls. And so I said, you know what? Let's save the world from toxic waste and build a drum that will never leak. So that's what I did. We got married, moved to Florida, moved aboard an old wood boat, and on the dock next to the boat, I started building prototypes of what I envisioned. My father had come up with a patent on a chemical pipe that wouldn't leak. It was very durable. And I thought I could use that part of it to make short pieces of pipe that would be the size of drums, put a bottom on it, and then put a top, and you'd have a very long-lasting, hundreds of years kind of a container that they could put all of these Superfund site drums into and save the world. Sounded like a good idea at the time, and you never know what you're getting yourself into, but off we went. And that's what started this journey into the spill containment market, what that became, and then stormwater, construction compliance, and all the things that we do today. So it was that small of an idea that kind of grew along the way.